tell you a lot more about that. Okay, over to Mick. Give me a hand, please.
Thank you. Is that on mic? Is that okay? Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mick. I'm really honored to be here and introduce our project. So we're going to talk about a little bit more like Gen Z and Millennium, what they are looking for right now, and how blockchain can change their life. So I think we're going to use blockchain technology because blockchain technology right now reshape a lot of different industry. And we are aiming to use this technology to reinvent the global content creation industry. And I think before that, I would like to talk a little bit more about the name of the Contentos. It's supposed to be like a content OS. So we want to use, build the largest content-based blockchain and accommodate the global content creator. And in Spanish, it has a different meaning. In Spanish, it's called Contentos. It means happiness. So we also want to bring happiness to global creators. And lastly, COS or COS is the name of the token. I think some of you probably see this diagram before. It's published this year by Mick. She talked about the short video will be like booming in next couple of years. So that's also indicate all the millennial or Gen Z, they really love this type of rich media. They don't really stick with the old-fashioned text. They move to the live stream, short video, this type of things. But we also know right now, everyone, their content creation are controlled by centralized platform, which is good sometimes, but also has some drawback. Imagine like Facebook or YouTube control everything you got. It's not just the way you build your content, the way you distribute your content, and also the way you monetize your content. They control simply everything. So sometimes it's good, but sometimes now it's also causing some problem to all the content creators globally. I would like to share with you this diagram. It tells you how we see this. In the left-hand side, it's attention. That means everyone, every day, you have a limited time to spend on every type of content app. That's you contribute attention. And as an advertiser or a creator, I want to collect all the attention from my fans or my audience. On the right-hand side is inferential, because everyone, when we create content and post on social media, you virtually create an inference to anyone who read your content, who watch your content. And between that, we call it a value exchange model. Every day on the content creation business, we are doing this. We're trying to move the value between attention and the inference. But just like I mentioned in previous slide, now centralized platform control everything. They control audience interest, control create the monetization way, they control the payment gateway, and everything is exchanged by fiat currency. So it caused some problem, like Facebook last year, it started doing the revenue share for anyone who has less than 100,000 fans, which caused a huge backlash in the creator community. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to use the token economy and blockchain to reinvent this. Why we want to do this? Because imagine it's not just about the creator, it's about everyone in this world right now. Every day you post something on your Instagram, on your Twitter, you are not really on your data. The centralized platform on your data, they can do anything they want right now. So that's also why the reason why Europe last few months ago rolled out that GDPR policy. They're trying to return all the the content right and the identity right back to the users. I think blockchain naturally it allowed people to own their data, own their identity. So this is something we also want to leverage and to reshape the world of content creation. This is our vision. We want to become the biggest decentralized global content economy and allow everyone freely to produce and distribute and translate their content. So you probably will ask me, it sounds like just like another content blockchain. I believe most of you heard about similar idea before, and you are about to hear more and more similar idea later. Of course, when we do this, we also think about that. We also think about what kind of special advantage we have. I think, but regardless of that, I think that right now the key important thing is the mass adoption for any blockchain project. That's also include the content blockchain, because massive adoption is the key to build the real value consensus in the for any popular blockchain. Why? Because someone told this year, probably early on this year, the whole blockchain community, the crypto user worldwide probably have 50 million to 60 million. But today, I think it's probably less because the whole market is not good. But compared with the human population right now globally, it's still very small fraction of it, right? So I think that in order to, in the next 12 or 18 months, how blockchain can really touch the general public is we need to find a bridge to introduce blockchain technology to the really useful way to the massive users worldwide. So for any content blockchain, we think that bridge will be two things. The first thing is real product. If you take a look about current so-called DApp on all type of blockchain like Ethereum or any right now on the EOS, the user experience is not that kind of consumer grade. Think about any app you are using on your cell phone, the user experience. If you compare this with all those DApps, you were thinking about why people would use those DApp service, because they are not really built to serve the real audience. They are built for like the POC or for the crypto community only at this moment. So I think giving any real product and good user experience is one key to introduce general public to the world of blockchain. The second part is a little bit unique to any content blockchain. We need good content because it's a content blockchain. However, how are you going to be able to get content? You need good creators, because those creators are the only people who can really create good content for the audience. So you need good product. So this product allows creators to build good content on top of that, and you also need a massive user to consume that content. So in this case, your whole blockchain idea can really roll out. But in the end of the day, I don't think the people will know it's powered by blockchain. I don't even need them to know it's powered by blockchain. Just like every day when you're using your smartphone, you never think about like TCP/IP or UDP protocol running underneath of your cell phone. You just need to know when you open Facebook or when you open Snapchat, you can talk about, you can see all the content you want. I think in the end of the day, the content blockchain will be something really transparent to all the user and the creators. That's the direction we're heading to. So go back to the Contentos, why we think we're so unique. Because in order to achieve this goal, you need a real product, you need a real creator, and you need a massive global user. And luckily, right now we have all the three unique ingredients. First is, for the past 2 years, we work with over 1 million global creators. Most of them are like video and live streaming creators worldwide. And they are all using the product I'm talking about, later I'm talking about, for 2 and probably 3 years already. Every day they build massive content on top of that. Second part is we leverage 3 real products out there. Those products already reach millions of people every day right now. And third one, we have a huge potential global users. So those users are experiencing token and experiencing those blockchain feature without knowing this is actually a blockchain. So combine all the 3, we can start building the consensus about token for massive users. This is the 3 products now integrated with Contentos and EOS ecosystem. First one is LiveMe. It's a mobile live streaming app. You can download anytime if you want today on the Google Play or App Store. And the second one is Photogrid. Photogrid is a photo editing app. It's also very popular in US and also in South Asia. And third one is Cheese. Cheese is a short video app. It's also aiming provide a Gen Z a way to express their self, the feeling, and the building the short video and share to the world. All the 3 products, if you combine all of them, accumulatively it has more than 500,000 new downloads every day. And every month it has more than 60 million active user in every month worldwide. And I believe some of you asked me, is all in China? No, I think 90% is worldwide. Like me, 65% of users is in US. So we are building all this ecosystem on top of these 3 real products out there already. You can download them anytime if you want today and see how it works. And I will share with you some screenshots in the later slide. And this is how they works. Beneath it, we have a Contentos blockchain. And this blockchain, we will design 2 special, unique things. First one is really optimized for content business. I know a lot of public blockchain projects that are talking about like TPS. They are talking about how they build the consensus mechanism, which are all really, really important. But for us, because we are trying to build something specific for content business, for the global creators. So we were also thinking about how we're going to, like, for example, like reduce the transaction fee and also reduce the transaction convert time, and also reduce the each node's machine resource consumption. And the second part is also really specific, special for the content business, because a lot of blockchain also talking about smart contract. And when they're talking about smart contract, they're talking about, for example, like, is it tuning complete, or what kind of programming language you can use to write your own smart contract on top of that. But for us, we are also thinking about not just from developer point of view, but also from a creator point of view. How can we allow global creators easily make the smart contract with others? How can we allow creator and fans, or even creator and advertiser to fairly build a smart contract and share the revenue fairly together? So we're going to build something really user-friendly, allow a worldwide global content creator easily just tap few things, then make the deal with other creator, with fans, or with advertiser. So on top of that, it will be more and more content-related product. Now we have 3, Cheese, Limey, and Photogrid. But in the next coming month, we will introduce more and more other type of content app into this ecosystem. And the COS token will be circulated inside all this ecosystem. And on top of that will be our creator, audience, and advertiser. Because we believe the only way allow them to get into the world of blockchain is through the product and real good user experience product. So here is the roadmap we have. If you compare with any similar product or project, our roadmap is slightly like a reverse roadmap. In the very beginning, because we are not start from ground zero, we already have huge global worldwide audience. We already have real product. So what we're trying to do now is really telling them what's blockchain, educate them what's the token, and let them understand why this is important to you. So at this moment, we are focusing on integrating with existing product and leveraging creator to educate massive user and their fans. Then moving to the next phase, we're going to really release our testnet, probably on the early of Q1 next year. And finally, our mainnet will be released on October 2019. So just like I said, currently the really most important thing is education. Educating massive user what's blockchain and COS. This is crucial, especially at today when the crypto market is not so good. I think because blockchain right now, everybody's trying to explore, it's their way to introduce the technology to the mass real user. I think education is something someone has to do, and we are doing this at this moment. How we achieve this? We achieve from the real product experience. We don't ask you to download something separately. We don't ask you to go to somewhere and to try the DApp, and you don't even know why you should do that without any reason. And because we allow people just using their app in their cell phone to experience everything just like they used to be. This is Cheese. This is our short video app, which is very popular in US, India, and we already rolled out this feature about 2 months ago. Inside Cheese, right now you can complete various tasks to to earn tokens. But we don't tell people tokens because most people never understand its token. So we give them a way that just like a gamified way to let them experience. On the other hand, when they earn the token, they can actually play with it. They can buy features inside the product. Or they can send a direct message to each other with the tokens. And this is LiveMe because it's a mobile live streaming app. So we build a show talking about blockchain specifically. This show is not just talking, it's an interactive show. People have to complete 12 questions. And if they can complete all 12 blockchain-related questions, they get token for free. But if somehow next time they fail, they can use the token to revive themselves. So this is the other gamified way we allow our audience to understand the blockchain and the token, why this is important. And for us, we can also understand how many people in our audience base actually understand tokens and blockchain concept. And this is PhotoGrid. This is one of the largest apps right now we have. Each month have more than 40 million monthly active users. And we also use like the middle layer way we call PhotoGrid point to allow regular people understand how to collect those points. But on the other hand, you can convert the point to the COS token. So you probably ask, this is just like any gamified point. What's so different? Why we need to use the blockchain? Because naturally, if you build any gamified token, gamified points in one app, it will never be able to go outside that ecosystem. But with the token, with this all the trust mechanism, you can actually integrate more and more other company, more and more other developers' work. Right now, if you earn tokens on our Contentos.io website, you can log in, you can see all those apps. Then you can also see all those tokens you earn from each app. In the very near future, we allow people to move the token to their crypto wallet. And on the other hand, they can also move the token to crypto exchange if they want to trade. The other part is we also leverage our creators. Those creators out there every day, they build the content to introduce what's a blockchain, what's a token, just like this girl. And we also have more and more top-tier YouTubers join us. Like this family, Colin's family, they have more than 5 million US fans reach.
What's this, guys? Hi, guys.
And this is two latest YouTubers we just bring on board, Big Don TV and Joy Salad. Big Don TV have more than 5 million YouTube followers, and Joy Salad have more than 2.2 million YouTube followers. Our goal is really introducing blockchain technology to millions of global users. And this is the people with us. They are all believe our vision and also trying to support us, including a lot of popular chain projects like Ontology, Neo, and Nablus. And today you can also join us. Inside our ecosystem, we have so many roles, like creators, audience, advertiser, but we also have like a content moderator, distributor, and the developers. So are you with us? You can give it a try and try our app and try our take a look at our website. So lastly, does anybody know this piece of code? If you're a developer, you probably see this. This is a Genesis block that Satoshi put in the Bitcoin. But not really interesting to me is this particular line, Coinbase, that hash part, productive file. If you decode it, it means the time of June 3rd, 2009, Chancellor on breakout second bell for banks. So I think Satoshi leave this message in Bitcoin, and it will live there forever. So that's really help us to understand this might be the other way allow us to really put our digital memory into a blockchain and to prove everyone in this room we exist on the history. This is the power that in the past, human history, nobody can do this. But now with the blockchain, with the content creation, everyone is equal. We have a choice to do this. Thank you very much.
Okay, if anybody likes to ask Mick a quick question, we've got a couple of minutes. Anybody got a question for him? Otherwise, we'll set up for the next speaker. Okay, Mick's going to be at the side of the room. There's like 5-minute break between the speakers while we just set up. So if you do have a question, just go approach Mick and get his contact.